Yes, hello everyone, wherever you are watching or listening. Welcome to the Project Trinity weekly podcast, where innovation meets community, and every story proves technology is most powerful when it empowers people. I am your host, Valerie Jeruto, and today's episode is one of those conversations that feels bigger than tech. It's about transformation. Our theme of today is about mothers, mentors, makers, women redefining tech paths. So, across Kenya and Haiti and beyond, women are rewriting what it means to lead in digital age. They are raising families while running online businesses, mentoring girls in our training hubs, and building digital solutions that turn local creativity into global impact. At the heart of this movement is Project Trinity, and our mission is bold and simple, elevating economic empowerment. From our solar powered pods, yes, it's just a pod, it's a Wi Fi powered by sunshine, to hands on mentorship and e commerce support. We help women take bold steps from idea to income, from passion to purpose. We don't just teach technology, we turn skills into sustainable livelihood. Today, we are joined by two incredible voices that embody these spirits. We have Nancy, a mentor lighting the path for the next generation, and Betty, a maker transforming creativity into opportunity. We'll dig into their journeys, their challenges women face in tech, the power of mentorship, and the joy of seeing small businesses grow. Nancy and Betty, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Valerie. And let me start by introducing myself. Hello, world. My name is Nancy Chebet. I am an associate at Project Trinity Kenya, and this is where our mission is to educate, empower, and employ women through technology and partnership. Thank you. See you.
Hi everyone, I'm Betty Chebet from Project Trinity. Welcome to our today's podcast about women, mothers, and makers. In this podcast, we are going to celebrate women shaping their futures through technology, from mothers building digital businesses to young creators turning ideas into global brands. Here we shall share real stories, real growth, and the power of women leading in technology. So stay tuned because together we are creating a change. We'll share more insights in the podcast. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. As you've heard from our guest. So, Nancy, let's start with you. When you hear mothers, mentors, makers, what does that phrase mean to you personally, and how does it connect to where you are, to what you are doing at Project Trinity?
Okay, thank you, Valerie. And as we said earlier, today's topic we are going to talk about mothers, mentors, and makers in tech. Okay, first of all, when I hear about mothers, mentors, and makers, so to me, what comes into my mind is beautifully capturing the spirit of women who are shaping not just families, but the entire future. So, a mother nurtures life and dreams. A mother, a mentor guides others to reach their potentials, and a maker builds things that last, whether that is a product, be it a business or a movement. So, for that case at Project Unity, these three identities blend into one purpose. And one is empowering women to use technology to transform their own lives and communities. So we see women taking on tech with courage and creativity and using digital tools to solve local problems. Again, it creates jobs, and even it inspires others. So every day I see the heartbeat of this phrase, that is, women who care deeply, women who lead boldly, and women who create fearlessly. So women are providing, and for this case, they are providing that technology. It is not just a field for few, and it is a space whereby women's compassion and innovation can truly change the world. Yeah.
Wow, that's so true, Nancy. Because here we've seen that the phrase come alive here at Project Trinity every single day. We see matters nurturing ideas, mentoring or guiding dreams, and also turning creativity into opportunity. So, Betty, you've worked with so many artisans and innovators. What's one moment when you looked at a woman's creation and thought, this deserves the world's spotlights?
Actually, there are so many, but one that captures my attention. Uh, I think some few months ago, there is this one woman called Matrin, and she's one of our associates. She creates stunning beaded accessories. She does beading, and that's what is her source of income. So she started with traditional designs, but wanted to modernize them for online buyers. During our digital product photography training, we showed her how to use her smartphone, proper lighting, and AI background removal tools to make professional photos, and then uploaded into a digital shop. We use tools like Canva and Adobe Express. And I can tell you, it was so breathtaking. I thought the world needs to see this. A few weeks later, she received her first international order through her online storefront. That single sale changed how she saw herself, not just as a local artisan, but as a digital entrepreneur with global audience. Technology didn't erase a culture, you can see, but it amplified it. Yes.
Wow, for sure, Betty. To our listeners, that's exactly what Project Trinity does best. We take hidden brilliance and we make it visible. From handcrafted jewelry in West Pokot to digital art, maybe in Haiti, and also to help women move from community markets to global storefronts. It's all part of our mission. The mission is to elevate economic empowerment, one creative mind at a time. So, Nancy, You've seen countless you've seen countless women step into tech for the first time. What originally inspired you to mentor others in digital literacy and entrepreneurship?
Yes, Valerie, that is very true. That I've seen countless women step into tech for the first time. And let me talk about myself because first, my inspiration came from my own experience of stepping into the unknown. You know, when you come from unknown and you get into known thing. So first, let me say, I remember when I first started learning digital tools. It felt very intimidating, and it almost felt very impossible. But through patience, through guidance, and encouragement from my fellow colleagues from here in Top and in Kenya, so I began to see technology not just as a barrier, but as a bridge to opportunity. And that personal transformation planted a seed in me, myself, and others. So I realized that if I could overcome my fear and learn, then so could many other women who just needed a little direction and brief. So mentorship became my way of giving back to the community, and it became a way of helping women unlock the same sense of freedom and unlock some confidence and independence that technology gave me. And it's incredibly fulfilling to watch someone's eyes light up when they realize they can do it, you know that, and that they belong in the digital space too. That is very, very important. And that is the spark that keeps me mentoring, and it keeps me going again and again. Yeah.
That's so inspiring, Nancy. At Project Trinity, we know mentorship is the heartbeat of transformation. Every time a mentor like you shares knowledge, it multiplies opportunity. And that's how we are building a new generation of confident, tech-savvy businesswomen across Africa and the Caribbean. Betty, Project Trinity helps small creators set up digital shops and reach customers globally. How does that transformation usually start? And what reaction do you see when the first sale notification comes through?
Actually, Valerie, I'm happy for that question. And uh, this usually starts with curiosity. That what if moment. Like, what if we create a digital show for selling potatoes? What will happen? What if we start selling these artisan materials, the ushanga? What will happen? So, most of the time, most of our creators come in thinking, I just want to learn how to use a computer. And they end up setting up an e commerce store on their platforms like Shopify, among others. And this is through our guided training. We walk through them every digital step: product listing, pricing algorithms, digital payment integration, using M-Pesa, Global, or PayPal, even how to respond to customers through automated email replies. When that first you made a sale notification appears on the screen, it's a life-changing moment. You are so happy, like, yes, there's excitement and tears, of course. It's not just a sale, it's a proof that the skill in the digital world is working. So basically, I can say this is a life-changing transformation. Thank you.
Wow, Betty, I love that part. When joy meets proof, that's the magic of empowerment. So seeing a woman's creativity turn into income, each sale through our supported e-commerce platforms means another family creating stability, another community growing stronger. And that's what we love and what we do to create impact as Project Trinity. So Nancy, Project Trinity's training hubs often turn nervous beginners into confident leaders. Nancy, can you share a story of a woman who surprised you with how far she came from?
Okay, Valerie, and given the chance to talk about given the chance to share about a woman who can surprise the world and to tell how far one has come from, I'll definitely talk about myself. That is, I am that woman that my story is really inspiring. And yes, of course, um, I can say that the first time this, I joined this hub, I could barely use a computer. That has been my story all the time. Anytime I join the podcast, if I'm told to ask to tell about myself. So first time I joined this hub, and when someone could tell me to maybe to operate a certain task, you know why? You know what? I could hesitate, and I was really shy. So for me, I could just tell someone or someone seated next to me, I could say, oh, no, I don't think if this is for me. The task was really tough for me. And but with the encouragement and with the step by step training, the first 40 days we were trained by Generation Kenya, and through those step by step training, the support from my entire team, I slowly began to gain some confidence. Yeah, and all know that. And I started small learning. Huh? First I started to learn how to type, and slowly how to browse, and again some simple design like posters. And I have discovered my creativity in digital art, and right now I can tell you I can handle these big tasks. That is a story to tell about myself. So what moved me most was is moving from self-doubt to self-belief. So, and that journey reminds me that within every woman lies an incredible potential, and sometimes all it takes is someone to say, I believe in myself. And that has been the slogan in me. I believe in myself.
Wow, Nancy, your stories is always inspiring. I know also it will touch many of our listeners. So at Project Trinity, our pod apps are where courage meets connection. We've had women work in unsure how to open a laptop and work out to managing social media pages, selling online and training others, just like what Nancy has shared. And and in us, that's the ripple effect we love to brag about. So Betty, some women still think technology is too complicated. How do you make learning fun and approachable in the workshops?
Oh wow, I can attest that actually women make this technology very difficult, and it's not their fault. I don't blame them. Uh, More so in this part of Kenya, in this region, West Pokot, there is that sense of male chauvinism. Like, yes, men are the one who have to learn complex things, and women need to learn simple things. The only thing that they don't know is that uh, what a man can do, a woman can do better. So what we do, like currently, our Kenyan president, President William Ruto, is as enrolled in masters in AI. But some of us here, Valerie, even I, even Nancy, are also have also enrolled in that AI, and we are women. So what we do for women to remove that phobia of fear, that technology is very complicated. We always honestly humanize this technology. We make it human, we make it simple and relatable. For example, instead of saying data analytics, we just say, let's learn what your customers like most. That is entrepreneurship language. Instead of talking about a user interface, we explore how to make the online shop feel welcoming. You see, we use AI driven quizzes and teamwork challenges. In some sessions, we integrate tools like Canva, ChatGPT, and CapCut. I've realized most of the people in Kenya like the videos, more so the TikTok. So when you use those, you can easily capture their attention, and also they use CapCut to design logos for their brands, write descriptions, and edit professional videos. So I realized that that those moments are just a laughter, like, ah, this thing was so simple, and I was seeing it's very complicated. So you'll realize that that is magic. By the end, these women will realize that technology isn't about fear, it's something to play about, to master, and to use it to grow. It is just simple. So come on, women, let's work in this technology. And the only way we can do this is through Project Trinity. Thank you.
Wow, that's so amazing, Betty. At Project Trinity, we've turned learning into experience, music, laughter, and teamwork. So we show that tech is not scary, it's liberating. And when empowerment is fun, the progress becomes unstoppable. And that's our mission, Project Trinity mission, elevating economic empowerment. So Nancy, many women juggle home life and new careers. How do you see motherhood itself becoming a source of innovation within Project Trinity's program.
That's nice, Valerie. Yeah. So motherhood, in many ways, it is the ultimate from a leadership. So mothers are when you talk about mothers, we can say mothers are innovators every single day. And one, they manage time. Mothers solve problems, and mothers can find creative ways to make things work in a broader ways. So at Project Trinity, I've seen mothers use those same skills to create powerful solutions within their space. So some mothers have started online business, like selling handmade products, like what my colleague just talked about, Matron. Matron has already started selling her products online, and it is really going viral, and that is very helpful. And others also, like myself, I do teach my child some digital skills, like when I go home. So like sometimes I make sure that I am turning my home into these small centers of learning. You understand that? So the ability of mothers as balanced care with creativity, and this shows that innovation doesn't only happen in boardrooms or offices or classes. It begins in everyday's life. So motherhood teaches adaptability and resilience. So, two essential ingredients for success in technology. And it's truly inspiring to see mothers reading digital changes, not just for themselves, but for the entire families. That is motherhood.
Wow, I agree, Nancy. Because here at Project Trinity, we've seen mothers create like time-saving digital systems. They have launched online shops between school runs and also inspire their children to dream in Wi-Fi and hope. At Project Trinity, motherhood fuels innovation. It's a living proof that care and creativity can coexist peacefully. So, our listeners, if you believe that care and creativity can coexist peacefully, just comment, I agree. Yeah. So, Betty, our apps are full of life, music, laughter, and sometimes a few Wi Fi battles. So, Betty, describe what a typical training day feels like inside our Project Trinity pod.
Talking about that, I think it is so much. There is so much to talk about when we talk about a typical day at Stepod in Project Trinity. But generally, I can say it is very colorful. It's an alive day, and it feels like standing in the middle of a digital revolution powered by a community and solar energy. Just community and solar energy. And yes, at Project Trinity, we have a lot of activities. And first of all, when we come in the morning, uh, we come at a specific time, reaching at a pod, maybe make a prayer. And yes, everyone has their own activity to make. Someone might be troubleshooting a Wi Fi connection because sometimes it can be challenging. Sometimes it's not always available the way you want it to be. Others are trying, for example, you'll find out Nancy trying to learn Chinese. And you know, we have different tools given by Project Trinity. We have Translate Me. Nancy tries to use to learn Chinese, and you realize at the end of the day that maybe it is of advantage. Others are playing football because at Project Trinity we are not limited. We make sure that our health, we are physically fit as we work at the pod. Others are trying to use AI tools to visualize their collections. And also at Project Trinity Pod, we have we have the ring light. Others are creating videos. Others are content creators. So you'll realize that at the end of the day, everyone will have enjoyed, everyone will have learned something new. And when we go back home, you will just sleep thinking about why don't I move so that we reach the next day. So a typical Project Trinity day is so alive and so colorful. That's what I can say.
Wow, that's amazing, Betty. For me, I will call a typical day at Project Trinity as an organized chaos with purpose. This is because in a typical day at Project Trinity is because we have a blend of ideas, we share positive energies and also impact. We create some impact. So impact maybe from businesses, coding to photography, tutorials. These sessions are shaping the future of community-based digital entrepreneurship, and it aligns with our mission to elevate economic empowerment. Nancy, you work closely with younger participants. What's the secret ingredient that makes mentorship at Project Trinity so powerful?
Okay. Uh, yeah, that is very true, Valerie, that I really work closely with the younger participants. And something that is so powerful with me, I'll just share with you. So let me talk about the mentorship. So the heart of our mentorship at Project Trinity is human connection. And here at Project Trinity, we don't just train, we walk alongside each woman. We are guiding her through fear to take away the fear that is in them. We also encourage them to, oh, okay, like we also help women and talk about frustrations in them. And for that case, we celebrate every small victory, and that creates a deep sense of belonging. And many of our younger participants come in and unsure of their potential. As someone does not have someone does not trust on herself, on whatever she is doing. And okay, like when first time when you just come and meet these women in Project Trinity, something shifts and or something changes in your life. So like when we do these encouragements, when we do these like one-on-one talks with them, okay, they begin to believe in themselves. And I can say that is mentorship. So our mentorship is not about perfection or authority, it is about partnership. And for that case, we learn from them as much as they learn from us. So that mutual respect, yeah, the mutual respect and shared purpose are what makes our mentorship so powerful. So it is not just about skills. Like I said, we don't just give out our skills. It is about giving out the confidence. It is about giving out some hope and transforming these women and the entire community.
Yeah, that's so true, Nancy. And also, I think what's the secret ingredient that makes mentorship at Project Trinity? It's love and accountability. This is because at Project Trinity, we pair skill building with real world results, and that's mentorship with measurable impact. So, Betty, you've said before that community is the secret sauce. How do you how do collaboration and peer learning help small businesses grow fast?
Certainly, we say basically community accelerates everything. When women work together, they share insights, they share ideas, and they share shortcuts that even the best trainees in the world cannot predict. One person might be good at digital marketing, another one at product photography, and another one at storytelling. And when they come together, they will lift each other and make a very huge cell. So basically, we embrace this teamwork. We embrace the community. We embrace everything so that we move on together. This For this, you realize that women will not just they don't compete, they co-create, and that is the heart of our project's digital ecosystem. We are trying to make we are trying make women embrace this technology and use it to grow and build themselves. That's what we say, elevating economic empowerment.
Yeah, for sure, Betty. It's amazing watching women trade technology like currency. At Project Trinity, collaboration is built into everything: joint marketing, shared product shoots, group mentorship, and when one woman learns, five more rises with her. So to our listeners, if you're following right now, maybe you can tag a woman who always inspires you and who always mentors you. Just to tag her so that she can feel special. Also, a disclaimer before we continue: we've just realized that 74, 74% of people who watch our videos aren't subscribed yet. So if you love seeing mothers, mentors, and makers turn ideas into income, double check you are subscribed and tap that bell. Your click help us elevate economic empowerment from our solar powered pod hubs in Kenya and Haiti to global digital marketplaces. It's now so you don't miss the next win. Thank you. So I have a surprise question for you, Nancy. Nancy, if you could go back to the moment you first touched a computer, what would you tell the younger version of yourself about where the tech will take you?
That is a surprise question, really, Valerie. So you just decided to ask me about about myself. So yeah, that is a good question, Valerie. And yeah, I would say to my younger self, that is, I would say to myself, not to be afraid of the screen. Mhm. And one day, I tell myself not to be afraid of the screen. And I tell myself that one day, this very tool, this tool now, this tool will open doors that I never imagined. And it is already working. I'm already seeing the fruits. So again, I would tell myself that this tool will connect me to people across the world, of course. Mm, and again, it will help me grow skills that I didn't know I had. And that is very true. And let me be part of something bigger by using technology to empower others and make real impact. Yeah.
Wow, that's so amazing telling your younger self like that. So, surprise question for you, Betty. Betty, let's say Project Trinity offers you a blank canvas now with unlimited tools. So, what dream project will you launch for women creators?
What? Honestly, that is a surprise question. I don't know where to begin from. Because I can think a lot, but locally. Uh, but I can think this way. With a blank canvas and unlimited tools from Project Trinity, maybe I'll think of a dream project for women creators that will be adaptive in one ecosystem. And maybe I will name it after me. The project will be called Betty. And this project will have aspects like AI driven technology, global connectivity, and local community pods to address the specific challenges women face in the current economy. So that is from will be from local challenges to global maybe solutions. So, and maybe I would like that to more so based on digital literacy for women, especially in my community.
Wow, that's awesome, Betty. So, to our listeners, so I want you to comment below what's one skill you've learned recently that made you feel unstoppable. Tell us below. Your story might inspire someone else to start also. Just comment, tell us that story, that skill that you've learned recently and then it made you unstoppable. So, Nancy, some women still say, I'm not a tech person. So, Nancy, how do you guide them past that fear so that they can discover the business opportunities waiting online?
Oh, that is amazing question, Valerie. And when that sister, when that woman, when that mother asks me or tells me that, Nancy, I'm not a tech person, I think I will have to guide her. And I remember, okay, or I just tell or I just advise her that technology is not reserved for a select few. So it is for everyone willing to learn. Okay. And I often start by connecting technology to things she already does. Or I start having a random conversation with this lady or with this mother. Or like for example, I start asking her, using her phone to communicate. That is one thing. Or there is this like searching for a recipe online. That is what almost all women do. We do go to online TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube, searching for recipes on how to cook chapati, how to cook mandazi, all those things. Or maybe sharing a photo, like you share a photo from one phone to another. So those all are forms of digital engagement. So once she sees that she's already using tech in her daily life, that fear starts to fade away because you're starting to encourage that lady, that woman, of all the things I just listed. So from there, you know what I do? I introduce small business opportunity, like maybe creating a WhatsApp group, or maybe creating a WhatsApp profile, and maybe a small task like designing a flyer, or maybe setting up an Instagram shop, that works best. So the key is to make technology personal and practical. So I always tell them, you don't have to be an expert to succeed. Actually, you don't have to be 100% to get into where you are going or to get whatever thing you want. All you just need is a skill. That is all you need. So, and maybe you just need curiosity and consistency. That is very important. So watching them cross that mental barrier is one of the most rewarding parts of mentorship, and that has been always so powerful to me, and to remain as a mentor in the community to these younger fellows. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, Nancy. That's inspiring. We always say if you can learn to manage a household, you can also manage a dashboard. Project Trinity gives women not just the tools to, but also the confidence to use them. So it's beautiful seeing this switch from doubt to being now a digital boss. Imagine being a boss when you're given all these digital skills and you know how to use all of them. This is where now Project Trinity is elevating economic empowerment. We love a good before and after story. So, Betty, can you share an example of a local craft or service that became a thriving online brand with Project Trinity's support?
Absolutely, Valerie. Um, I want to talk about one story of a woman in Kapenguria, and her name is, I think, Sally. Yes, so Sally uh, used to bake cakes. She used to bake cakes, baking cakes and snacks. So initially, she used to work at her shop, at her bakery. But when we had our graduation as Project Trinity, she got the privilege to sell us her cake. So after we tasted the cake, it was so sweet, and we learned that this these snacks, the sweetness, it has to reach different uh, customers. So we helped her uh, to make small videos on how she makes her cakes, and also created for her a digital platform for selling her cakes. So after, I think it's not even a very long time ago, it is just some few months ago. So recently I learned that she even told us herself that she is now selling in bulk through the online platform. So you realize that currently Sally is using her smartphone as her office. She just bakes the cake, sits there, and she gets orders. So you will realize the sweetness of digital transformation. It gives small town women the power to compete on a global stage. So that is one example that really encouraged me. So, listeners, where you are, whenever you need any help to market your product or your brand online, reach us, Project Trinity. Follow us on our social media pages, and we'll be glad to help you. Thank you.
Wow, that's so amazing, Betty. You know, those success stories keeps us going, and that's what now aligns with our mission to elevate economic empowerment. Like just the story of Sally you've shared, so that when our products are sold globally, as Project Trinity, we feel that every win proves that our model works. Education plus technology equals to economic empowerment. So, if you believe that education plus technology equals to economic empowerment, just comment. We are ready at the comment section. So, we train at Project Trinity. We train women to turn skills into real earnings from design to e-commerce. So Nancy, what's one transformation that really captures the essence of educate, employ, and empower?
Okay, Valerie. And it is true that we train women to turn skills into real earnings. That is very true and very inspiring. And that is one thing that we've done as Project Trinity. So one transformation that truly captures the three is in our mission, that is education, employ, and empower. It is a group of young women who joined our digital design program. For that case, these women, they started by learning basic graphics and social media marketing. And I can say that within months, within months, they were creating digital contents for local business and earning steady income from home or from anywhere they are. And that experience, the experience that they got, did not just change their financial situation, but it also changed their mindset, and they began to see themselves as professionals with valuable skills, like you just to walk around with some confidence, full confidence. And ah, that's even more inspiring. It is really inspiring. And it is that they are now they train, like if you give out a skill to someone, they they offer the same skills to others. That is exactly what they're doing now in the community. You give them the skills, they also give out the skill or the training. And That is, they are passing out what we taught them, what they have learned. Um, that's the full circle of empowerment in education leading to employment. The first step is you do some empowerment, you empower them, then education, and finally it leads them into employment. And employment leading to empowerment that implies across all the community and all the entire community. Yeah.
Yeah, that's well explained, Nancy. At Project Trinity, each time someone moves from training to income generation, it's a celebration. So our programs bridge learning and livelihood. That's the true definition of sustainable development. Financial literacy is such a big part of what we do. Betty, how does understanding money, from pricing to digital payments, change the confidence level of women entrepreneurs?
Um, Talking about money, there's a lot. So the best thing is to understand how you spend your money, or accountability. So when you understand the numbers behind your business, everything changes. Many of our most of the people uh, price their product emotionally. Like, this product, when I sell at a higher price, we will not have customers or clients, or this price will not feel fair for some other clients. But once they learn about the profit margins, the digital accounting, and the online payment system, they start running their businesses like CEOs. Basically, through Project Trinity, they can learn how to track inventory digitally, analyze customer data, and forecast sales trend. You'll know that uh, in the months of maybe June, July, and August, of course, it's a very cold season. So if you sell clothes, you know the kind of clothes to sell. In the months of December, many people are going to for vacations in different places. In Kenya, we go to Mombasa. So you know the kind of clothes to sell. So that is what understanding the future trends, the forecasting of the sales trend in future. So basically, this is empowering women to see that a woman who once feared to calculate maths can confidently pull up her digital dashboard. And this is only done by Project Trinity, because we will be monitoring for you. Even if you are illiterate, you can still be working as a literate person. So basically, financial literacy doesn't just change how you earn, it changes how you think. Uh, you stop surviving and you start strategy making strategies for the future. So that is what financial literacy helps. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing, Betty. So, money management turns creativity into businesses. Through Project Trinity's financial workshops, women learn to budget, to price fairly, and to plan for growth, because empowerment without income actually is incomplete. Our pod apps are filled with collaboration. Nancy, how does that sense of sisterhood help women grow stronger, both as entrepreneurs and as mentors?
Yes, Valerie. And you just talked about our pods. Oh, yeah, our pods hubs are buzzing with collaboration. To me, I can say that it is a sense of sisterhood that help women grow stronger, both as entrepreneurs, as mentors. Uh, First, let me talk about sisterhood within our pods hubs. Okay, sisterhood within our pods hubs is truly very, very special, and it is a space where women feel very safe The reason as to why I say that women feel very safe here, it is because here in our hubs or in our pods, we do share ideas as sisters. We do ask questions, and for that case, sometimes we even find that we make mistakes, and that supportive network builds confidence and resilience. Like when you ask a question and you feel like you are not right, and maybe your sister Valerie gives you the right directions, like maybe Nancy, yeah, you went wrong, but now here is the way to go. That at least it builds some confidence and some resilience to you. So, and for that case, instead of competition, we see collaboration within each others as sisters. And women team up, or these girls, those that are in here in Project Unity, we team up on projects, and sometimes we even share some ideas, and we learn from another's strengths and weaknesses, and that is very obvious. And the atmosphere is one of the encouragement and collective progress, and this essence of sisterhood not only helps women grow as entrepreneurs, but also inspires them to become mentors themselves. And when you experience that kind of support from your sister or from your friend, you naturally want to pass it on. And it's what makes Project Trinity feel like both a family and a movement. And it is so, so nice.
Yeah, for sure, Nancy. It's that shared spirit that seeing a woman succeed inspired 10 other women or 10 other people. So Project Trinity has become a family of change makers, and not just a training program. So let's be honest, it's not always perfect. So Betty, what's one funny or tough challenge you are faced while training or building businesses, and how did the team turn it into a win?
Um, Honestly, yes, there have been so plenty of those moments that everything did not run perfectly. But there is this one moment when we were having our online training session, and the entire network crashed due to storm. You know, in our region, the place we are, it always rains, so there is frequent thunderstorms. So during that moment, we were about at least 30 people in the network. We were doing a training, so there was this blackout. Uh, so we just decided to think critically. We did not call off the meeting, but the team quickly switched off to mobile hotspots and turned the chaos into a lessons on resilience. We taught them how to use uh, our offline tools, our team, and this situation was so stressful, but at the same time, it was hilarious. We learned uh, on uh, on digital adaptability. Like, yes, what if this happens? How can you troubleshoot, or how can you handle that situation? So it was a very funny moment, but at the end, we made sure that everything went as it had been planned. Thank you, Valerie.
Yeah, that's very nice, Betty. So before we continue, we have a question from our audience. They're asking, what barriers still exist for women entering or advancing in tech, and how can we break them? So Nancy and Betty, come you can maybe answer that question from our audiences.
So for me, I can say maybe there are different reasons, and one of the main barrier is maybe there a scarcity of women role models. So when there are few role models in front line to show that technology is good and technology can change your life, you'll realize that there is that fear that how can I handle this, because men are the only ones who are handling this. So but today I want to break this, because us us here, we are trying to bring that digital literacy. So our generation, our young generation will be following us and will be their role models. They will know that technology uh, is not about gender. It is all about believing in yourself and working on it. And also, maybe we have something like culture. So there are some cultures which do not allow women to be included in this trending technology, the current technology. It is just men, maybe because of their own reasons. But I can say that culture uh, is not supposed to ruin it, because we can use the same culture. We can just amplify the culture. You can just remain your culture, but we change some few things so that these women, we can break these barriers, and women will be able to be in the same page as men. Maybe you, Nancy, what can you tell us about that?
Okay, thank you, Betty. I think you just clarified and you talked a lot about all the barriers. And for me, I think I can just talk about only one thing, and a barrier that that maybe that that prevent women from entering into these advance in tech is, I think, one that I know, and I think it is one of the strongest thing that I know, is one not believing on herself. First of all, self confidence is really so important. Like, if you don't believe in yourself first, like, I want to do this thing, definitely you will not reach there. So it first starts with yourself. You That is the first step that you need to do. You need to believe on yourself, you need to believe on whatever thing that you are doing. And unlike me, when I came here first, I used to say, I don't think if this thing is for me. For that case, I lost the trust in me. And but with time, when I talk to these mentors and these other girls that had already joined, and maybe they knew about tech, and yeah, they knew more about it. So once I talked to them, and yeah, they encouraged me, and for that case I gained some confidence. So I think that is all I can say. Thank you.
Yeah, that's very true, Nancy and Betty. That's what that's the barriers that exist now in, you know, another barrier maybe that I can add is that many women still feel like tech is for masculine, and then they feel that they are not technical enough. Yeah, so that one. And then we can break that maybe by showcasing diverse females role models who are in doing these texts. So the last, as we wrap up, the last question for you, Nancy and Betty. So Nancy, what advice will you give to the next wave of women mentors joining Project Trinity, and how can they keep lighting up more lives?
Okay, Valerie, thank you for that question. And my advice to the next wave of women, because we know there's another cohort coming up, and I know women will be there. So my advice to them is to lead with empathy and authenticity. And mentorship is not about having all the answers, and it is about creating space for others to discover their own. And one thing is, just be patient, be kind, and most importantly, believe in the power of your mentor. And even when they doubt themselves, just believe in the power of their mentors. And remember that mentorship is also a journey of learning, like what I just said. So continue growing your skill so that you can offer more to others. And don't underestimate the power of encouragement. Sometimes a single word of support can change the course of someone's life. And to every woman stepping into mentorship, just know that your influence extends far beyond the moment, and it shapes futures. So keep lifting up lives, one woman, one dream, one transformation at a time. Thank you, Valerie.
Yeah, that's nice, Nancy. So Betty, just in 1 minute as we wrap up. So if you could dream If you could dream big for the next 5 years, what's your vision for mothers, mentors, and makers at Project Trinity Network? And how do you see us continuing to empower communities and support businesses globally?
So, what I can say, my dream in the next 5 years is to see Project Trinity Pod evolve into a digital innovation hub, and providing women with AI power and self-sustaining. I want matters to be mentors, creators, and to become consultants, and our makers to transition into full-fledged digital brands. And when women build with technology, they don't just change their lives; they change the future. So basically, I can tell to our listeners, continue following us on our social media pages, that is X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky. And we'll giving you more hot, more insights. And you can also connect with us so that we can help you market your brands. Thank you.
Yeah, because dream we are building is bigger than us at Project Trinity. We are building a connected world where every human, no matter our background, has the digital power to design our own future. And Project Trinity will be right there. So powering the change broadly and globally. What a powerful conversation we had today. So today we've proved that when mothers, mentors, and makers get the right tools, they don't just build businesses, they elevate entire communities. At Project Trinity, that's our mission in action, elevating economic empowerment from our solar powered pods to global digital marketplaces. Nancy and Betty, thank you for the wisdom and the wins. And to our listeners, keep learning, keep mentoring, and keep making. From idea to income and passion to purpose, we are building transformation together. Until next time, this is the Project Trinity podcast. Stay inspired, stay connected, and keep shining. Bye.